Joining us now to break down that road trip, perhaps, and everything else in the West Coast Conference schedule is the head basketball coach, Dave Rose, back in Studio B. Coach, nice to have you with us.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I think that everybody would rather have our boy Ty Detmer here today. So, it's a football day, so we got basketball in here for a minute, but I know you guys are excited for, what, 2.5 weeks?
2.5 weeks.
How many days?
17.
Could you sing that again? That was pretty.
Yeah, let's hit it. Can we do countdown to the Vikings?
Let's do it for Coach.
Yeah.
Countdown to the Vikings.
17 days. I was hoping you'd join us on that.
I didn't know with the key. So
You want to do the harmony,
to it,
Coach? bring in the high tenor.
You weren't in the Houston University of Houston men's chorus?
No, I was not, but it was
Jim Nance?
it was strong. It was strong.
It was strong. Okay. Obviously, you need some time off to recollect and kind of reset and I don't know, just get things straight in your mind. So what's been the highlight of your summer vacation?
Well, I think that with the group of guys, we're in our 7th week of working with our guys in summer semester, and that's been the best part of the summer. I mean, we've had a great run, and I think our guys are really focused on changing some things, in our culture as far as how we do things, especially on the floor. I think that the culture as far as how we do things academically, our team's on a great roll. I think we've had 4 semesters in a row with a 3.0 or better as a team, and I just want us to be better on the floor in certain areas, and I think that's what we've really worked out, and the guys are really together and close, and I mean, we've had a fun summer.
We'll break down the roster and what we think of the season in the coming months, but today we want to talk about the schedule. So West Coast Conference releases the rest of the schedule yesterday. What do you like the most about that setup in league play?
Well, I think the best thing for us this year on the rotation that we got is balance. Okay, the first thing I always look at is how many home weekends that we're going to have where we have 2 home games, how many away weekends we have where we go on the road and play back-to-back games, and then the split weekends where you play a home game and a road game. What I don't really like is traveling home to a home game where you play a Thursday night and then you travel home. We only have one of those. Happens to be the last game of the year. It happens to be against Gonzaga. But, we have 3, home games where we got 2 at home. We have 3 road games where we got 2 on the road, and we have 3 split weekends. So the balance of the schedule, I think, is what I like the best.
You mentioned you play 3 road games in a row once and then come home to play Gonzaga. You also only play that home-road split 3 times. What's the challenge, I guess, when you look at having to travel home? Like, what makes that transition back home after you've been on the road to play a home game on Saturday so difficult?
Well, I think that you have so many home games where you get in kind of a rhythm of how you do it. And I think that consistency of how you prepare at home leads to a lot of success. At least we have over the years been really successful at home. So I like to keep that. When we throw in a 2:00 game or a 4:00 game, sometimes that it's a little unnerving because it changes your pregame meal times, your shoot-around times. Those 7:30 game tips are kind of what we're used to at home. When you travel home, everything is out the window. You get home sometimes late on that Thursday night after a game, and so your Friday's different, in preparation for Saturday. But to only have one of those, in a kind of this is a pretty crazy run with our conference schedule because of the dates around Christmas. We don't want to start league, at the end of fall semester, which basically there's 4 teams that would be in finals the week they would have to start league. And so that's why we've pushed them all back, got rid of the buys, and we go 9 straight weeks. The calendar next year, I think, flips back to where we can actually have a 10-week schedule starting after Christmas.
So you'd have buys next year potentially?
I think so. I think that's kind of what it looks like.
And who decides the scheduling philosophy here? Because I know this is year 2 of this situation.
Yeah, well, Lynn Holzman is the commissioner, and Aaron is the assistant commissioner, basically over all the men's basketball coaches. So he deals mostly with all of us. Coaches actually have a little bit of say, the ADs, and then the presidents tell us what we're going to do.
Oh, interesting. How much, since Gonzaga's had a heavy presence, obviously, in this. How much does Mark Few, his voice, weigh in this conversation?
Pretty heavy. I mean, he's carried this league and Gonzaga, for quite a while, and I think that his, and especially the last couple of years, going to the Elite Eight and then to the Final Four and the championship game, the shares of the NCAA tournament money, go to your league depends on, how many times you're in the tournament, how many wins you get, and then with St. Mary's advancing and Gonzaga, that financially, I think the league's probably in pretty good shape and gives us a real challenge. I mean, we're dealing with a St. Mary's team that probably has the best teams that they've had in the school's history, and a Gonzaga program that's dealing with the same thing. And so that gives us a real challenge, and our guys are really excited, working hard, ready to try to break through here.
How do you feel like the schedule matches up with who you have on the roster right now?
That'll be interesting to see. The preseason, we know what St. Mary's is going to be like. I mean, they lost a couple guys, but they've got all their core back. Gonzaga is going to be a different team, a real different team, but I bet it's pretty similar to the last 3 or 4 teams that they've had. But it'll be interesting to watch them in preseason and get a feel for their strengths and weaknesses and where we can attack them. Right now, obviously, we're just worried about us. And last year, team shot around 200 more threes against us than we shot, and they made 50 more threes on the year. And that's a real focus for us. We have got to shoot more threes and be better at it. But the biggest thing is we have to limit the amount of threes that other teams are shooting against us. And that, hence, we'll have a switch in our defensive philosophy and do some things a lot different than we have over the last few years as far as protecting the rim or protecting the three-point line in our help. We're a real help-oriented defensive team because of kind of the limitations that we have. But the help will be in different areas protecting that three-point line this year, and hopefully that'll pay results for us.
You're right in Jerem's wheelhouse. Shoot the 3, lay the D.
Okay, all right.
Mostly just shoot the 3. Yeah.
I think that the more tight end or throw more deep passes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Launch.
Coach, it's great to talk to you. Great to hear that things are going well for you in the summer, and we wish you the best moving forward.
All right, thanks, guys. Looking forward to following you, and I'm excited about our football team. I think that Kalani and I have had a few events that we've done together this summer, and he's a great guy to work with. You guys must be so excited to have him here and be, have access to the team. But good luck, fellas. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Head coach Dave Rose back
good luck
in
for the football
Studio
team.
B.
It wasn't fun.
Well, I'm going to spin it how I want to, Jerem. Okay.
Dave said good
well.
luck.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you,
and the
Coach.
football team, I guess.